Hi, good morning. Welcome to Grandparent Stories, where grandparents tell stories about their grandchildren and grandchildren reflect on the love and lessons of their grandparents. I'm Evander Prophet, author and educator, and today I am privileged to have Miss Ruth Brown with me. She is a wonderful grandmother to her grandchildren. Welcome, Miss Ruth.
Good morning, Evander.
Good morning. Thank you for coming on today.
My pleasure. My pleasure. I'm sorry, I dropped my phone.
That's okay. Yes, so let's jump right into it. Start telling us about your grandchildren. First of all, how many do you have?
I have four beautiful grandchildren.
Oh, and how old are they?
They are 11, 9, 5, and 4.
Oh, wow. And you have two girls and two boys, right?
Yes.
Okay. And I think recently they just came to live with you.
2 weeks ago, they came relocated back from Louisville, Kentucky to Orlando. And in the meantime, they're living with me indefinitely.
Okay. That's aw- that's awesome. So you went from seeing them not often to now
No,
getting to see them every day,
every day, all day.
all day. That's a big change.
It is. It's a welcome change.
Okay, that's awesome. So what do your grandchildren call you?
They call me Yaya.
Yeah, yeah. Wow.
Yaya.
And how did they end up calling you that?
Well, it started, of course, with the first grandchild, Jasmine, my oldest granddaughter. And when I was trying to get her to say Nina,
Uh-huh.
Grandma, she wouldn't. And I would give her
Okay.
different words as I say Grandma, Grandma, and she'll just keep going Dada, Dada, kept calling for her daddy, and then she'll laugh. It's
Oh,
like
wow.
she was joking about it. And then
Uh-huh.
one day I went away for like a week, and I came back
Mhm.
and it just came to me, tell her to say Yaya. I say Yaya. And she's like, Yaya. And
Okay.
it stuck. And she
It's
just called me Yaya
yeah,
since.
yeah, from that point on.
Yep. And I think she was probably about a little over one at the time. So
Okay.
Yaya stuck. And
Uh-huh.
then
And then
I come to find out I forgot that Yaya actually means grandma in Greek.
really,
Yeah.
oh wow, that's
Hmm.
awesome. That is awesome. You're the first person that I've heard being called Yaya. So
Hmm.
I'm guessing Grecian families they use it, but I haven't heard it.
Yes.
I hadn't
Hmm.
heard it before your grandchildren called you that. So that's neat. So how do you entertain your grandchildren?
I entertain my grandchildren with doing arts and crafts. We like to
Okay.
paint,
Uh-huh.
mainly paint. I'm teaching my oldest granddaughter currently how to crochet.
Oh wow,
So
that's
that's
fun.
fun. Yes.
Okay.
And then just one of the things that we always do is singing.
Wow, that's good. So do you pick the songs or they get to pick the songs?
It'll be random.
Random.
It's
Okay.
either them or myself. We're picking the songs going back and forth
Oh
and
wow.
dancing. I have a sign in the kitchen that says, in this house, we dance in the kitchen. So
Okay. That is so fun. Wow. So that's amazing. I wanted to ask, how's your granddaughter, your oldest, doing with the crocheting?
she's loving it. It's
Mm-hmm.
actually, it's given her, when I crochet, it's peaceful,
Right.
it's calming.
Mm-hmm.
So we found her sitting where I'm sitting right now, learning her just the basic stitch right now, which is the chain stitch. I say get the
Okay.
muscle memory for the chain stitch, and then we'll go to the next stitch. Because there's
Wow.
several. I don't even know how many, but we'll just take it one step at a time. And she just
Yeah.
comes out here and does her chain stitch and just relax and get away from her siblings.
Wow. That's awesome. So it's like it's a de-stressor and it's something she's going
Yes,
to be able to use,
yes,
for the rest of her
for the
life.
rest of her life.
Yeah, that's awesome. Wow. So, lastly, I would ask, what is something, or what would you say is the greatest lesson that you've learned since becoming a grandparent?
The greatest lesson, and this one was easy,
Mm-hmm.
is that there's a capability to love this much because it's different than just loving a friend. It's different than loving a husband or spouse. It's even
Mhm,
different than the love that you have for your own children. And when I
mhm,
had my children, I didn't even believe that I could love that much at that particular time.
mhm.
But the extra level of love that comes with the grandchild, you have to be a grandparent to experience it. So that
Oh,
experience has been, yes, has been great, and that's the best thing that
wow,
I've learned is that I can
wow.
love this much.
That yeah, that there's a larger capacity to love.
There is. Mhm.
Wow, that's amazing. So I guess with that, it would be fair to say that you discipline your grandchildren less than you did your own children.
Definitely. And as a
Uh-huh,
matter of
okay.
fact, I even encourage them when they're getting in trouble with their parents, run, grandchild,
Wow. You tell them to get away?
run.
Wow, that is awesome. I'm so glad that you get the joy of having them in your home
Yes.
with you. And I'm sure that they're really gaining a lot of comfort from having grandmother close by,
Hmm.
getting to see you often. And then you're starting to pass down a lot of lessons and skills to them already. So you're making a wonderful impact on them.
Yes, thank you. Yes. And likewise, from the house to go from total quietness, since
Hmm.
especially
Hmm.
since my youngest daughter um got her wings and went to be with the Lord a couple of years ago. So the house has been really, really quiet.
Yeah.
And so that has definitely changed the
Yeah,
dynamics of the
definitely.
house. Just to have
Yeah.
the energy, the pitter
Right.
patter of the little feet, the
Uh-huh.
random screams while I'm on the phone while I'm
So
working.
yeah, the laughter, the
Mhm.
happiness there, the joy
Yes, the
is
blessed loudness.
the loud, yeah. Blessed loudness. That's a good one. Wow, that's awesome. Well, thank you so much for coming on today, Ruth. I've enjoyed this. Thank you for sharing and all these little stories about your grandchildren and
Yeah.
letting us see how much you really love them.
Yes, and
Thank
thank you
you
for
so much.
having me. This was a pleasure.
Absolutely. Absolutely. Thank you. And for those of you who don't know, I have written a book called Grandma's Big Problem. It is available on Amazon.com if you'd like to purchase it. Thank you all so much. I'll see you next time on Grandparent Stories. Bye bye.